Aquarius. Hi. Greetings and salutations, my friends. You are most welcome here. We are going to get right into your hopes, fears, and reality spread. Ooh. So the King of Swords here. So in your hopes, you have the King of Swords and the Four of Cups in the inverse. The King of Swords is the chess player of the deck, right? He is strategizing. He is managing his environment in a very strategic manner. He's not concerned with emotion. He's concerned with very practical things, but he's not hung up on the resources. Does that make sense? So those cerebral things, the ideas, the values, the truth of the matter, you know? It's a very raw energy of I'm going to do what I have to do and I have myself to think about right now. Then you have the Four of Cups in inverse here. And the Four of Cups can sometimes be fear of failure. But in this case, I feel like it was a change that was forced upon you. So when I get these together, it's like you're hoping to make the best out of you're hoping to make the best out of a difficult situation. There was a change that was forced upon you, and you're strategizing on how to just come out on top and get the best out of it with whatever's left. In your fears, the Queen of Wands is about adaptability, and the Moon is a representation of confusion, illusion. So it kind of feels like there's a nervousness and a lot of confusion into this new change. Like, so we know by your hopes that you're hoping to make the best out of a bad situation because this change was forced on you. But the truth of the matter is you saw this change coming for a long time and you knew that at some point you were going to have to adapt. But because it came sooner than expected, and because there were things that you didn't think of and things that you didn't know, there's a nervousness that comes with this adaptability. It feels to me like you're used to adapting to new environments on a regular basis. Because I mean, you guys are Aquarians, of course you are. You're all about new beginnings and new paths, and you're an air sign, so you have a certain degree of flexibility with it. But there's a nervousness that you may have gotten in over your head with how you're choosing to strategize this situation. That things. Here's what it feels like. You went from being a big fish into. You went from being a big fish in a small pond to being a medium-sized fish in a big pond. And now you have to do things different than you did them before. But you are even though you're adaptable, you are a creature of habit and routine. And now that your routine has changed, there's a nervousness that comes along with your everyday. If I didn't know any better, I'd say a lot of people either switched jobs or switched lovers. I'm just saying. That's the feeling I get. It's something of that. Or maybe just you moved. You know what I mean? But there's a new environment that you have to adapt to. And in the old environment, you had a certain degree of clout. That clout doesn't exist anymore. Hmm. Mm-hmm. But the potential for resource is amazing, right? But that's the thing about the aces. The aces are high potential and low resolution, meaning it's like a ball of clay or a blank canvas, right? It could be anything, but it's not anything yet. And the second you start molding that clay, or the moment you put ink or paint on this canvas, it then becomes something and has the potential to be flawed. So there's some hesitation within the transition. right? The idea of molding this new resource in this new environment in your head could have been anything. But you put that ink on that canvas, you put that paint on that canvas, you started to shape that clay, and now the transition has begun. Now you have to keep pushing it until it becomes something. There is no turning back. That's the reality. There's a high potential, but what you do with that potential really means something. Because this is the high potential for resources. This is health, this is wealth, and this is time management. You see, previously, you had other people working to assist you, so to speak. You had clout. You could call the shots. Here, you're not calling the shots. But the potential of resources is better. It's either a better environment for your mental health, your actual finances, your actual wealth itself, but there's a level of time management. You might be on somebody else's time. You might not have the clout that you have. You might, have somebody else's rules that you have to abide by. Whereas prior to, you had influence. It's going to take a while to get that influence back. It really is. It's going to take time. Wow. The separation is already there. And the seeds are already planted. The timing wasn't right. You knew the change had to happen, but you were never really ready for it. You kept talking about a change happening, but you never really went for it. So when the change had to happen, it was forced upon you. Right? An idea, a thought, a plan, something was taken, and you didn't have a choice. What I get from this, Aquarius, is you manifested this change. You really did. And as much as you were talking about it, you recognize now that you weren't as prepared for it as you thought. And now you just have to adapt. You're going to. You're going to do just fine. But it ain't going to be easy. All right? Like I said, the potential to change up your resources, health, wealth, time management, and to have something really good come of it is there. But you started processing it through a framework. It's no longer a blank canvas. Now you have to push forward to it and make it be worth your while and worth your time. You needed the change. You wanted the change. So why were you so surprised when it happened? I hope you found a message that serves your highest good. I'll see you next time.